Welcome to Real Estate Unleashed. I'm your co-host Regan Hildebrand with the Home Team Realty Group. You can find me on social media at Realtor Regan.
And I am your other co-host, Bridget Quinn. You can find me on all social media, B Quinn Realtor.
Got a little something different here today,
something
Bridget.
Different.
Switched up the studio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're always evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Always changing.
Always changing.
Yep. So we got a little different setup here to kind of quiz each other a little bit today. Yeah. Talk a little bit.
I hope I get straight A's.
You know what? This is a pass-fail. You either get it right or not. We thought we'd change it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And try to get into a little bit of did you knows. So
I know a lot about nothing and nothing about everything.
That's the key to real estate. That's how we succeed. But we're testing ourselves with a little AI, and we've done some of this in the past, right? Mm-hmm. With the Chat GPT, the AI stuff, and so today we whipped it out. We asked it to pull up some unusual, outside the norm real estate facts, quirks. Maybe not. Well, they might not all be facts.
Okay. It's only as good as the information we see, right? Or what you see.
It's only as good as like the general perception. Some of these might be more opinions and what's the word? Rumors, hearsay. Yeah.
Hearsay.
So I'm gonna throw some things out at you, Bridget, today.
Okay.
You're in the hot seat. We're gonna see what you know about real estate compared to AI.
Okay.
This is real estate agent versus AI.
Dun dun dun.
So not a lot of preparedness, right?
No idea.
This is
off the cuff,
unscripted. But here are some facts. We'll see what you think about these.
Okay.
Tell me how much you know. In the UK, and I think it's also in the United States, it's considered good luck to bury a statue of Saint Joseph upside down in the yard of a house that you're trying to sell.
That is fact. There's some people out there that do that here as well. Have you ever had it?
No, but there's something else though, right? Like even when you buy a house, not just when you're selling.
Yeah, it's I don't know like the details of it, but it's supposed to be like face down one way, turn certain way, or this that, and do it a certain way, and it's supposed to like help you sell if you're selling, and then you do it another way to, I guess, bring you good luck or to welcome people in and do all sorts of stuff.
When you're buying, moving in.
Moving in.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it myself, but I do know that agents have many times had to coordinate this whole thing.
Yeah, it's, not a big one, but you can get like this size. Whatever, put it in and do its
Amazon,
thing.
Look it up.
Amazon. I bet we could totally Amazon it right now.
Maybe that needs to go in our little
add to cart.
In our home team homies.
Oh, it could be on the listing presentation options.
Yes.
You can
pick your
for
Saint
X amount of money.
Joseph
You
statue.
can include your Saint Joseph statue.
I like it. Big brains from AI. Yeah. Let's see. So also in certain parts of the world, this is number 2 here, including Scotland and parts of Africa, which seems a little unusual combo. It is not uncommon for people to build their homes out of cow dung. I guess when we talk about
when you say your house is built of shit, literally, maybe in some cases. I don't know.
Look at this shit listing that I just got. It is literally a shit listing.
Shit. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's kind of like the adobo houses and some of the really hippie people that do it.
Yeah, I guess that gives a new meaning to your R rating for your insulation, right? More like your S rating.
But have you seen? There was a one of those renovation shows or something. It's like a whole thing about these hippie type people. There's nothing wrong with being a hippie, but like these people literally were like sunshine and cloud. That was their names. That were building a mud type hut
Yeah. So that
Not for everybody.
Let's pitch a new show to HGTV, TLC, whatever, and it'll be shit it or flip it. Shit or flip. I don't know. Cow dung or not cow dung. I don't know. Next. In 2016, a single parking space in Hong Kong sold for $664,000, making it the most expensive parking spot in the world. Parking space.
Parking space.
Just a space, not the house. House is not included. Yeah, so we have a problem in Charlotte nearby here with like parking being a big expense.
Yeah.
Like people that buy condos, or even if you're doing apartment rental in Charlotte, you have to factor in the cost of your parking space.
Nothing is for free here. But speaking of parking spaces, so I went to visit my friend Cindy in Holland last year, right? So
Amsterdam.
We took a trip to Amsterdam for the day, and we were doing the canal tours and all that, seeing all the houses there. They have parking garages not just for cars. There's no cars in it. It's strictly for bicycles. Thousands and thousands of bicycles.
In a parking garage.
In a parking garage. It's not for cars, for bicycles. I mean, anybody that's been to Holland anyway knows that it's just full of bikes, but especially in Amsterdam, it's everywhere. So they were like taking down, building, like knocking things down to build a whole new parking deck too for bikes.
Wow.
I want to say somebody said something like 20-some thousand bikes could park there.
So this is a multi-level.
Yes. Well, that was weird. Yes. But yes.
Multi-level for bikes. I have a hard time riding my bike up any hill, much less like going up a parking deck. Need an elevator for my bike. Wow. Yeah, so speaking of parking garages, I don't remember where I was this past weekend, but there was a parking deck in Charlotte that I saw that had a number on each floor that would tell you how many available spots are in that deck.
That's convenient if
so
it's accurate.
So you wouldn't go up. Yeah, it would say like 12, so you know there's 12 spots available on that particular deck of the parking deck complex. Mm-hmm. Nice. Convenient. They have that in Orlando at Disney Springs too. Yeah, which is the only free parking in all of Orlando.
Yeah, wow.
But
it's like trying to park at the Charlotte airport.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
So next one here, the narrowest house in the world, located in Warsaw, Poland, is just 28 inches wide at its narrowest point. In the United States, that would be an ADA violation.
Oh. There's a lot of people that's bigger than 28 inches. So
I would have a problem with that just personally. Personal space. I can't go sideways through my hallway.
Suck it
Suck it in.
Wow, that's really tiny.
Yeah, tiny houses. That was a trend for a while.
Yeah, but even tiny houses are like 400 square foot.
Yeah.
Normal sized doors that I would think.
A lot of these tiny houses that were popping up for a while, that was a big trend and everything. Like a lot of them didn't even count as what we call real property.
No.
Because
they're on wheels.
They're on wheels. They're not even affixed.
Right.
So they're not even, like even with mobile homes or manufactured house in North Carolina, I know this is in most of the states, like they have a title from the Department of Motor Vehicles that says they're really a vehicle, not a house or real property, we call it. And in order to become real property, they have to be affixed to the ground with a permanent foundation, which I'm going through that right now with the listing. Fun stuff. Yeah. But a tiny house, not even either one. Doesn't have a title. It's not a car. It's not a house. What is it?
Not for me.
It was a trend. That's what it was. Yeah. A trend that has now faded. There's
still people out there that get like the shipping containers.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I was thinking of that same thing in my head. Like the shipping containers now are being a big thing because you can, like it's like Lego.
You can stack them, as you say. It's kind of like Tetris and Legos stacking, and then you can have one that's a pool.
Fancy. Yeah. I don't know.
To each their own. That's not me though.
I don't know. Yeah. I like my houses just built out of the standard thing, but yeah, to each their own.
No cow dung?
No cow dung, no shipping containers.
Check.
No wheels underneath them.
Next.
Yeah. Let's see. In Tokyo, Japan, it is common for apartments to be advertised based on the direction they face, with south-facing apartments being the most desirable. Now that I have encountered.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's a cultural thing when it comes to directions, and it may
Yep.
have something to do with
I think we've all dealt
beliefs
with
and
that in certain cultures and things that it's best to face a certain direction, or you can't have like a front door and a back door in the same multitude, kind of like what we would call shotgun
shotgun
house.
house. Yeah,
You can't have those because it brings in good luck and throws it out, and feng shui and this, that, and the other, and I don't know.
there's a niche for that feng shui design,
For sure.
even in our areas around here.
Yep.
To your point about like the design of the house, like there's certain things we tell people, if the house is on a scale of 1 to 10, if it's a 6 or 7, there's things you can do to make it your 8, 9, 10. You can go in, change the carpet, the paint. But if it's got like a cultural flaw like that, facing the wrong direction, or the back door and the front door, like you're saying, luck goes in, luck goes out, you're stuck with it.
Yeah.
Can't, well, I guess you
You
can pick it up
you
and move
can
it.
pick it up and move it.
My grandparents, true story. Well, my parents now, because both my grandparents have passed, their home is a 1900 farmhouse. And I believe it actually is older than 1900, but it's just one of those situations where the deed says 1900.
Right.
But it's a 2-story brick farmhouse built at least no later than 1900. It was facing one street, and they wanted it to face a different street, so they pivoted it about 40 degrees, I believe it was. And, this was back in the 50s. 40s and 50s, I think it was.
Oh, sure.
House, a 2-story brick house that was lifted up and moved.
But also houses back then weren't the size that they are now.
This was 3,000 square feet.
Oh.
Yeah. Big
Okay,
boy.
well, I stand corrected.
Big boy, yeah.
That's like, do you remember when they moved the Cape Hatteras lighthouse?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Picking up and just moving it back with the erosion and stuff?
Yeah. So in North Carolina, with our Outer Banks system, we have a lot of situations, and I think it was being featured on HGTV,
yeah.
TLC, where they have moved these very expensive homes, lighthouses.
And you have to move it like so many inches or feet or at a time, and it's just slow going, but it's really cool to see those things move.
We marvel at it, but, the ancient Egyptians...
We marvel at it? Sorry. Super.
But it's for thousands of years.
Sure.
Engineers figured a way, but in these cultures, back to that point though, there's a cultural thing to where the direction of the home, or this is the most interesting one I encountered. Didn't actually complete a sale on this, but we were talking about it off camera before. I had clients that were very much in love with the house, and it was a situation where culturally, and maybe based on religious beliefs as well, the house had to face a certain direction. And they were looking in one certain neighborhood. They did find the house that they loved. However, the sticking point became that the house number, I think it was like 335 or something like that, did not work. And they love the house, everything else about it was right, but they just had the question of, can we change the house's number, the street number for the house, which is assigned by the postal service.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so they wanted to ask the sellers of the house to get it changed before closing. And I said, time out, stop, let's check with the post office first and see if it can even be done. It wasn't a good answer.
No, not in neighborhoods. I mean, maybe if you were out in the middle of the country, you could do something to a degree.
What I learned from that, it's like an act of Congress if you want to get something changed.
No.
And I think they would have had better luck picking it up and moving it over to a different parcel than getting the post office to actually agree to change anything on it. So that's how you kill a deal. It's just by having the wrong number on a house.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like the hotels that have the different numbers, or apartments that have the different floors, and you skip the 13th.
Let's skip the 13th.
Yeah, it's still there.
Exist.
It just doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't exist.
Being John Malkovich, you ever seen that movie? We go in the little tiny half floor. That's how I feel sometimes going into some of these houses that have low ceilings.
That's a whole nother episode.
Yep. So you get all these weird things. Let's see. Is there anything else we can call out? Certain countries, such as Spain and Italy, is traditional to leave furniture and other possessions in a home when it is sold. Here in the United States, we would call that personal
Furnished.
property or a furnished living space.
I mean, maybe more so like at beach or more coastal to me.
Yeah,
Or
vacation properties.
more vacation-ish properties, you may have that sort of thing. But the common sale here, people don't leave things.
Yeah, I've seen some really weird requests when people want like personal property, which, anything that's affixed to the walls or the floor is not personal property. It's
Right.
a fixture, we call it
Right.
in real estate. But I've seen some weird requests. Like I had a client that was selling a house, and one of the offers we got in said they wanted the riding mower that was out in the shed, which is all well and fine. The seller is fine to leave it, but then the mortgage company's like, no, we're not financing a mower. You got to move that to
That's a bill of sale.
bill of sale and do it behind the scenes. We're not financing in a mower, even though it was a nice zero-turn mower.
Some of
Yeah.
those need financing. They're expensive.
But yeah, and so people see little opportunities. It's fine. Everything is negotiable. We say that in real estate. It's a cliche, and it is.
Yep.
But certain things are a little strange to be asking for. I had one time where I was showing a house, and a buyer asked me if they thought we could ask them to leave the baby crib that was in there. I was like, that might freak them out a little bit. Asking for the baby crib. I don't know. We'll ask. Everything's negotiable. You never know.
I don't know what my strangest request has been.
You'll find out. It'll come up next. Like
Probably.
You're gonna jinx yourself
I'll have to-
now.
I'll
The
have
next
to
time you
think
show a
about it.
house, somebody's going to throw something really wacky at you. Yeah.
No, but as you say, like I've had people ask for like the mowers, or have been on the listing side where the clients have asked for the mower because it's a large property, and they're like, well, I don't want to buy a mower. I can't blame them. And then, some of those people, they said okay because where they're going, there is no land.
Yeah.
So it works out, but it's just, as you say.
Right. Downsizing, you don't need that zero turn. Well, I had one that closed last week that was a buyer that was purchasing a home, and you actually came with me. We went out there to take a look at it, and my clients, the buyers, had meant to make sure that the sellers left a few bar stools that they liked. Just missed it. Didn't happen. But we walked in, and we find that the sellers had left the almost brand new washer and dryer that was not part of the contract. But hey, you got a nice Samsung front load washer and dryer instead of few cheap bar stools. Sometimes you win in other ways.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, there's all these little things, and I guess we could like always see if we can stump the AI as well next time, other than just the AI stumping us. But if you have other things that you have seen as oddities in real estate, then leave us a comment.
Yes.
Come in with the comments. You got our email information there. Reach out. But most importantly, what do we need you to do?
Hit that subscribe button. I hope it's here.
It'll be there.
Okay.
I'll put it there. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the magic
Anyway.
of editing after the fact. And if you already are subscribed, then please give us a thumbs up. Like it. That helps the channel a lot. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, leave them down below. Reach out to us. I am Regan Hildebrand on all social media at Realtor Regan.
And I am Bridget Quinn. You can find me as B Quinn Realtor. And as always, tune in next time. See ya.